Jen's just coming in. Okay, I think we are recording. So hello everybody. This is the Woohoo Women's Club Kickstart call, mainly for the new people, because this is here for you if you have a question that you really want answered live every Monday, exactly the same time. Just put it in your diary and come along if you've got a question. And that means everybody can learn from your question. So we will go through some things in a minute, but just before we do, I wanted you to hear this announcement at the beginning so you can get excited. And then if you want to get off the call, you can. And I'm going to introduce you to Anne, and I am not going to say your last name because I have no clue. How do you say that?
We say cuibassé. Even French people struggle to pronounce it sometimes. So
Cuibassé. Oh, so
cuibassé.
Cuibassé. Okay, cool. So as you probably gather,
Yes.
Anne is French, and Anne is. I think you should introduce yourself, a little bit of your background, like, so why people, when you announce what you're going to announce, people go, oh, okay, I can see how Anne could be amazing at that and why we want to do this. So over to you. I'll just mute.
Okay. So I'm Anne. I'm French, as Kirsty said. I'm from Paris. I'm 56, soon 57. And in terms of background, at first, I spent 12 years in the corporate world in communications functions, and I ended up head of communications of a pharma company. Then I decided that I didn't want to do corporate anymore. So I went as a solo consultant in change management for about 15 years, and I worked for corporate companies at that time. And a bit more than 10 years ago, I added coaching to consulting, which is a bit schizophrenic, by the way, because consultants have answers to questions and coaches ask questions and people have answers. But it was fun to do both at the same time. And progressively, I moved to only coaching and only coaching to entrepreneurs. My main, focus in my practice is about energy. I've been practicing energy healing, energy techniques, energy mindset for about 20 years now. So I'm very, very keen on that. I'm a bit sick today, so my voice is not normal, but I love to pump up energy. So that's my background. And when I saw Woohoo, I jumped almost immediately because I thought it was so great, so unique. I love disruptive initiatives. I'm all in when it's disruptive. And I think that Kirsty did something absolutely amazing with Woohoo, very unique. So I jumped right away when I had the invite. I saw videos, I invited some ladies, and then I reached out to Kirsty and said, oh, maybe we could have a call together and maybe we could do some things together for that group. I'm all about teams. As I told you, in the corporate world, I was an exec, so I had a team. As a consultant, I worked a ton with teams, in change management transformation. And as a coach, I do regular group programs too. So I love motivating teams. I think it's so much fun. I love having fun. And so we had that convo. In a nutshell, it's all about accountability, meaning, and you saw a post normally, some of you in the Facebook group, the paid group, saying, hey, would you be in for accountability? So what we mean by accountability is very simple. You have 7 steps to do, 30 minutes per day routine, which is a brilliant one done by Kirsty. So the idea is that we're going to put up a post, which will be in the feature post of the paid group today, about accountability, meaning every single day, when you do your 7 steps, you will just put a done, another word. I think the word done is short and simple. So it means that you keep yourself accountable to yourself and to the Woohoo ladies. And believe me, it will make a difference, because you know that if you decide to be part of that team of ladies who really want to be accountable, you will do more. I can guarantee that. The second thing is about getting people in that paid container. And that's the part about sharing strategies, sharing tips, meaning I really believe in the power of teams in order to minimize effort and maximize outcomes and benefits. There is a matrix that I've been using for about 20 years. It was a matrix which became popular through Jack Welch. That guy was the CEO of General Electric years ago, and he committed several books. And one of the main tools was about a matrix called benefits efforts. Maybe I'll put a post in the paid woohoo group about that one. So the idea here is to say, if we put in common our DM strategy, the images, the post we make about woohoo, then we have a container, which may be a Google Doc, the container, we'll see in which format, where I can go and I can gain time. I want to make a post. Okay, I take that post. Maybe I change one or two words. I want a nice image. There are a ton of images in the group now. So it's just about, finding the info quickly and believing in the power of brains working together. So if we are at the moment, I think we are about 40 women who raised their hands in that post. If you haven't raised your hand yet, it's free of charge, by the way, that initiative. If you haven't raised your hand, please do it. And please be sure that you will commit. I'm going to send a DM today in Messenger to every lady who said, I'm interested, and I'm going to ask you to be all in. Meaning, if you go for it, it's free of charge, but it's not free of charge in terms of commitment, of personal investment. If you're all in, it means, okay, I'm okay to do my 30 minutes per day, at least 5 days a week. You can exclude weekends maybe, but 5 days a week. And I'm okay to share my strategies, my tactics, my tips, and I'm okay to support one another. It's all about what I love in Woohoo. That it's all about support. And that's very unique in the space, to have a membership, very low ticket, where you can, really feel the sisterhood. I haven't been there for long, and I already have support on my posts from ladies that I met through this group. I already had convos with a Papua New Guinea team. That's amazing. I love it. I mean, so that's it. Sorry, I've been a bit long because I'm a bit not totally clear this morning, Kirsty. But it's all about that. So free of charge, not free of commitment. Just put that in your head and in perspective. Just come if you're committed. Okay, if you're not committed, just don't say I'm interested. No problem. It's absolutely it's optional. It's not for everybody. It's really for people who want to lock arms as sisters and be part of the Woohoo Sisterhood team. I'm done.
Oh, I feel excited for that, because I think that it's so nice to have someone with such a massive experience in corporate and all of that. So like, you're bringing so much to the table that we really are grateful to have you, being happy to run it, because, how good's that? So yeah, I 100% hear what you're saying as well. I think when something's free, or even if something costs money, quite frankly, nowadays, people don't commit. It's just commitment is lacking. But yeah, this group, I think the reason for that really is because success breeds success, commitment breeds commitment, sort of thing. So we don't want to have women in that group who have said they're interested, but they're not really doing it, because then it sort of feels like, oh, okay, well, if half the people aren't doing it, maybe I shouldn't bother as well, kind of thing. So I think it sort of like brings the group down. So I guess, yeah, just be honest with yourself and have a think about whether or not it's really what you want to do. And believe me, as we always say, everything that you do by doing the 30-minute a day system is going to catapult everything else that you're doing in your business. Like, it will just, it's got a knock-on effect to build everything you're doing. So I just think, why wouldn't you do it? But not everyone has the time right now, or not everybody's quite ready for it right now. So what we'll probably do is we'll kick off with a small group of however many we get, 10 or whatever it is, 10, 20, and then we can refine it. But I think, do you believe that it's a good idea to sort of start with a group and then you can't join unless you know, basically, because otherwise we sort of have people coming in and out throughout. Maybe we should start and do like a program, like which is like just for the first month. Let's just try it for the first month with the first group. And then if we think that this is useful, we can, you know, make tweaks, we can make changes, we can kind of refine the process a bit. And then we can start the next one the next month. So yeah, should we
Yeah,
start it on the first of the month, just so that it's kind of like everybody can kind of get their head around it, get ready, get everything prepared. And then we start on the 1st of March. So we've got, yeah, okay, good. Okay, so hopefully that is exciting for all of you. I would like to open up, thank you very much, Anne. I would like to open up, oh, just so next steps, just watch this space, ladies, because basically the 1st of March is Saturday. So we will have kind of, you know, some of you will be happy to start on weekends. Let's face it doesn't take long, but you will receive, we will kind of work behind the scenes to get the people who are interested ready, and we'll make sure that you have what you need to have. So don't send us a million questions. We will make sure that you've got what you need. Either via email, so just check your emails, and probably, you know, just go into the members group, because it will definitely be in there. So if you've missed the post, sorry, if you haven't seen anything, it's not because you've missed the post, it's because it's not there yet, so you don't need to ask. We'll make sure that we pin the post to the members group so you know and you can be ready. Okay, so let me open. Jen's definitely interested, Linda's definitely interested, obviously we are. I know, I'm sure Emma will be, I'm sure Karen will be, all the girls on this call I'm sure will be. I'm sure you will be, Christina. I'm sure you will be. You're going to be up for it. So yeah,
Definitely.
hopefully we can
Sorry.
get, yeah, hopefully we can get some of the old girls, all of us old timers in the group. We feel like we've only just started it, but we feel like we've been doing it for ages. Right, who has got a question for today? So anybody that's brand new, like, do not be shy, please, please, please. This is actually for you, this call. So anybody brand new, there's no question that's off limits. There's no question that's silly, because this is what this is for. Okay. So please unmute yourself. I'm just going to see if I can. I guess you can unmute yourself because Christina did. So unmute yourself. You don't need to go on camera if you don't want to, and just give us your question. Or if not, you can pop it into the chat. 18. See, I told you we'd get past 17. 18 on the call now. Thanks, Emma. Anyone got any questions? You can, maybe it's a question about what Anne just spoke about, or anything else, really. Oh, this might be a very quick call today. It's just, I can definitely see there's a few names here that I haven't recognized from before, so you must be all be new. So very, very big welcome to you. If for some reason you don't feel comfortable asking today or coming on talking today, we're here every Monday so that you have got a live place to come and ask a question, give some suggestions if you want to, give some feedback, give some, you know, anything like that. Yeah, I mean, I don't have any major, which is such a good thing, because normally what I do is during the week I get questions, I get, you know, all sorts of stuff, and I pop them into a document, and then I go over those questions on this call because I know that it's an issue for people. But this week I've really had relatively nothing, which means that we're doing a good job of educating everybody as to how the system works, because really that's kind of where we're aiming. We're aiming so that the system runs itself, so that you guys can just get everything you need from the training and just get going, basically. And I know there's a lot of supportive women in the group that answer questions. So that's great too. Now, I've got a question here. For commissions made, is there a required account keeping amount? Okay. could you just put that in another way for me, Emma? I think, do you mean, do we pay out the full amount that we owe you, or do we keep a little bit behind every time? Because no, we don't. The way I'll go through how the commissions work. Actually, that is one question I did get this week. A lady made a sale, and then she said, I got the email saying I made a sale, but I haven't received my commission. How come? Right? So this is an affiliate marketing program. The program is all run through, as we all know, System.io, which is just our software of choice for running our program. Okay, so it's a third-party software that I purchase on our behalf. I have a subscription which covers all of the technical tracking of sales. Okay, thank goodness for that, because we used to have a peer-to-peer paying program where we had to get involved in swapping PayPal addresses with people, and people would pay the wrong thing and they wouldn't type it properly. And I mean, goodness knows what was going on there. So this is a million times easier. You've got a link, as we all know about the link. Actually, that's something I want to quickly write down, because I do want to remind people about this. So I'm just going to write it so I don't forget to cover it. Okay, so long and short of it is System.io tracks everything, all the sales. Now, the way you get paid is System.io has a stipulation. They run invoices once a month. That is not our choice. That is the system, okay? Once a month. And by the way, with many affiliate programs that I either have been in past involved with or know about, it's a monthly payment, okay? So it's not unusual. So once a month, the invoices for the business are run, and those invoices pop up on my dashboard, and I pay all the invoices. Now, we can make it the automated payments so they just go straight out, but I do it manually at the moment, just because that was what was advised to me by System.io. Just said, just for the first kind of few months that you're getting used to it, make sure that you do it like that, because just kind of to keep a bit of an eye on it. But it takes a couple of hours and everybody has their money, right? Now, who is everybody that's going to get their money? Well, if your account ticks a few different boxes, you will get the money. And this is the part that people get confused about. So you must have a minimum of 30 USD in your balance to be paid by us. So really that means you should have made 2 sales, okay? Realistically. If you've only made one, you will have to wait until you've made another one, and then that will go into the next month's pay run, which is on the 10th of the month, by the way, every 10th of the month. So that's the first thing. So if you've only made one sale, then you will not get your payment until you've made at least 2, okay? Which was really the way we sort of factored out woohoo, was to make, you make 2 sales and then you're in profit, and then you can just, from then on, you're making profit for every single sale. But you've paid back your initial cost to buy the program, and then you kind of all profit, right? Now, that's the first criteria. So that, cuts off quite a few questions. The next criteria is that you have to wait 15 days before a sale is kind of ready to be paid out, okay? Because we have a no refunds policy. People, when they buy the program, they tick a box that says, this is a digital product, we will not ask for a refund, okay? But occasionally, and actually, you know what? It's so occasionally that it's almost never do we get a refund request. It's so good because people don't ask for it. So it's not that often that ever happens. But if they did want to ask for a refund, there's that 15-day cooling off period that is kind of like a legal thing where they could ask for a refund, and they basically would just get it directly from PayPal or from their credit card. They probably just ask for a refund, it would go through. Okay, it's not to do with us saying yes or no. We don't really have a choice. Yeah. So in order to not have to have paid commission to somebody and then, you know, we have to then try and claw back the commission, or we have to have paid double commissions, which basically means we lose money. There's that little bit of a 2-week window, 15-day window, right? So what does that mean? It really just means that every month on around about today, actually, the 24th or the 25th of the month before commissions the next month on the 10th is a kind of cutoff. Yeah. So if you were to make a sale today, I'm not going to say today or tomorrow because it's too close and I don't know. I've got to count 15 days back from the 10th of the month, but it tends to be around about this time. Those sales will go into the following pay run month. Okay. So in other words, only the sales that you get from up until about today will be in the pay run for March. And only if all of those sales add up to $30 or more. So if you get a sale on the 30th, which means your account is now $30, but that second sale that puts you up to the $30 is past the cutoff on the 25th or the 24th, it doesn't count, if you get what I mean. Yeah. Anyway, it's always never been my strong point explaining that. So I'm hoping I haven't confused you all. But the point is, it's written quite a few times in the training, and it's been written more simply than that by Kelly. So you can go and have a read. But that's why, if you haven't got the money, that would be why. Okay, so it's not because there's anything untoward happening. It literally will just be, and every time someone's asked me to look into it, it's always been 100% accurate. It's literally just that, yeah. So yeah, okay. So I'm just going to check if there's any more questions before I just go over my last one. Right. Charmaine asks, if I may ask, if I've put a wrong link in my video. Charmaine, just message me about that privately, because that's kind of, I won't sort of say that out in the video. I don't know that I haven't put that your comments are pending. We do have an admin assist in the group, ladies, where occasionally people will think they're being, banned from posting or something like that. And it could literally just be that your post has triggered a certain filter or something, and it's just not allowed into the group. We have to be super careful with any post that is written that kind of sounds a bit too good to be true, maybe, but not even that. It's not, it's more technical than that. It's you cannot make claims that are false claims, and you can't make claims full stop, right? This is the same across Google. It doesn't matter. This isn't to do with woohoo. This is to do with internet marketing. Okay. So you can't make claims that in all sorts of different things that you think, oh, that's not a claim, that's just telling people how it is. But yeah, but in their eyes, it sounds like you're making a claim that something is going to happen if they do this, right? Whereas, so we have to be really careful with those kind of posts. So if anything talks about, and even the word investment, I know that we even sometimes use that. I've actually changed that on our sales page. It doesn't say investment anymore, because you're not really meant to be using that terminology. So there's all sorts of ins and outs, but yeah, basically that could be why. It's not personal to you as a vendetta. It literally will just be that we have to be careful, because we're looking out for the whole of woohoo, for this to be a long-standing program that, is squeaky clean. Okay. Emma, pay all or not? Yes. So yes, we do pay all, as long as it meets all those criteria that we just went through. Oh, thank you, Anne. I'm glad about that, that's all clear in the training. Charmaine says, if you upgrade to the 50, can you sell both the 30 and the 50 to ladies or only the upgrade? No, you can sell everything that you own. Okay, so you can sell whatever program, you can sell it anything you own and get the commission. The only thing you don't have to do is if I think we all know this, but maybe some of you don't, that if you only own the $30 program, if somebody comes along and buys the 30 and the 50 and the 100 all in the one go on the first time they join up, you actually do get that commission too, which is a Brucey bonus. But after that time, if they decide to upgrade using the PayPal upgrade button in the back office training, you only get it if you own that program. And if you don't own it, we don't tell you. We don't say, hey, you've just missed out on a sale. We don't tell you, you don't know about it. It just means that you don't get that commission. Okay. So make sure that you upgrade when you are ready because you will miss commissions. I promise you. Okay. So if you, Marilyn, hello, welcome. So we don't email the upgrade packages, but if you go into the training section, it's all in there. Okay, so if you look down on the left-hand side, you'll see all the different lessons. There's a lesson that's about the 50, the 100, the 250, etc. That it'll tell you exactly what's in the courses, okay? And it also has a button that allows you to click and you can buy. Okay, so I think that's all the questions. So unless anyone has any more questions or comments, I'm just going to run through one other thing. So the way well, sorry, does anyone want to ask any question? Unmute themselves. No? Okay. So one thing that is really kind of important to maybe to explain to your people who join, because when you get someone that signs up, can you just kind of keep reminding them, or if you are chatting to them, say to them, have you filled out the Google form yet? Because the way that the system works, and there's so many people now joining as well, I'll answer you in a second, Chantal. We have a spreadsheet that allows us to see the I'm readies. So when someone says I'm ready, they go in a spreadsheet. We look up who invited them. If they've got answers in the questions, that lady gets the sale. If not, it goes to the lady who invited them using the button. It's very organized. Okay, we don't make up these, we don't give sales out to people just for the fun of it, right? This is based on really as close as we can get to accuracy. You know, if we have to try and guess who someone came into the group because their name isn't on there, anything like that, we will actually even try by looking on their profile and say, oh, they've only got one friend in common, so that must have been the lady. And we try and be as fair as we can. Okay, so we're very much about making sure that you're all getting sales that are due to you. Okay, we're not trying not to make you get them, but there is sometimes a discrepancy between when somebody comes in and says, I'm ready, and we can't find that woman if she's paid or not. So we don't know if, and you only get paid on a sale if you are already a part of Woohoo. Okay. So if you invite someone into the group and someone says, I'm ready, I mean, obviously all of you are in the group, so you know, but just so you know how it works. If other ladies, sometimes just say a lady could join the group, she thinks, wow, this looks good. I'm going to invite a whole lot of people and just see what happens. But she isn't a paid member. And one of her ladies says, I'm ready. She doesn't get commission because she hasn't got an affiliate link. Like there's no way, she's not part of the program. So that doesn't happen huge amounts of times. Well, what does happen quite a lot is that we don't have a record of the lady who invited her, that she's even a paid member, because she hasn't filled out the Google form. So the Google form is really, we have got a couple of other checks, by the way, which we've implemented recently, which does help us a bit, but still the Google form is the primary way that we can make sure that everybody's getting credit for the sales that they have made. Okay, so that was a very boring long story to tell you. Can you make sure that everybody fills out the Google form when they join? That's if they do nothing else, just tell them to do that, right? Because that will mean that they won't miss any sales. Okay, so Chantel, last but not least on the questions today, how can we help? Oh yeah,
Hi,
great. Hello.
hello. Excellent. I see a lot of people they're posting they've earned a $15 commission. If I'm not mistaken, in the one of the videos that you made in the pack, right? Explaining commissions and so forth. You put a breakdown of the $30. You put there it's like a $10 goes to admin, there's a $2.5 goes somewhere, and then the $17.50 is actually what do you call it, your commission then. But then people are posting $15.
Yeah, no,
Where
it's not
is
1750 anymore. So that changed quite a long time ago, but I'm not sure which video it is. So I would love to actually, if you find the video, I'd love for you to share that with me so I can redo it, because it's not 1750 now because of the charges of the payment processes. So it used to be 1750, now it's 15.
thank you very much for clarifying that. I
That's
was a
okay. But
little bit
if you
confused.
do have the video, please do, if you wouldn't mind, send me
Yeah,
it. That would be great, because then I can just
no problem. I'll have a look at it. And
Kelly
then
can
like
edit.
the following question is, let's say somebody did buy the 50 or the $100. How much would your first time commission be off of that? Does it, do you still deduct a certain amount?
So you get 50%.
Okay.
So if you own are you talking about when they do their first sale, when they first sign up? So
Mm,
the most they can buy in the first sign up is $100. So they can buy the 50 or the 100.
yeah.
That's
And
it.
then
And you
and
would
then you said
get, regardless of which level you're on, you get 50% of the 50 and or the 100.
and then afterwards, after somebody has then like let's say you are on the $50 or the $100 package and somebody goes and upgrades or purchases that, how much would you then still get? Is
Same,
it still
50%.
just
Yeah.
50%?
Uh-huh. And then you can stay on that level for the rest of the time if you want to, and you just make 50% of every sale. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So I don't think there's any more questions. So I think that was a great, very good call. Lots of people, hopefully lots of new people, and hopefully that we answered some of your questions, you guys. If anybody has got any other questions, then keep them for next week. If it's covered in the training, then even better. But it seems like we are getting so good now at communicating that no one has any questions. Anyway, do you want to say anything, Kelly? I think Kelly might not.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Chloe, no, all goods on my side as well.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I don't think I've got anything else to say. I've got a bit of a brain fog this morning, so I'm hoping that I don't go, oh no, I forgot to tell her. So is there anything that you can think of, Kelly, that has been coming up this week more than usual?
I have just done the I'm Ready's, Kirsty, and I've had to tell two ladies not to message the person who says I'm ready because they commented on their post.
Oh, okay. So that is
I've,
a good one for the new people to listen to.
yeah, I've just done about 12 I'm Ready's, and there was two where people said, check your messages, I've sent you information, but they didn't
Okay,
want to
so
belong to that lady.
okay. So sometimes people can get confused because for two reasons, but if you put a post up on Facebook, maybe that they might have put a post on their wall as well, Kelly, or something.
Yeah,
and they-
yeah. You
Yeah.
can get mixed up. I get that.
Yeah, so basically what happens is if you put up a post saying woohoo's amazing, or let's, anyone interested comment below, if that post is in the Woohoo Women's Club group, we allow you to put the posts in there because it helps the algorithm, it helps everybody to have success, all the rest of it. But that post, those ladies that say I'm ready or I'm interested underneath that post do not belong to you necessarily, because they are still, all those ladies that are there have all been invited by different women to the group. So it's not like a free for all that everybody just puts a post up and like hopes and jumps on the ladies as soon as they come in the group. That's the whole point of the group, is that we all market together. So the post is there, which is great. And thank you for doing the post. It will still have a major knock-on effect for you to be getting your people who are in the group to see it because it's your post. So it's still 100% worthwhile you doing it. But just remember that just because they say I'm interested does not mean you go, oh, okay, great, I'll send you my link, because that lady doesn't belong to you. Well, she might, but she might not too. Okay. So what is a great thing for you to do is, if that was your post, instead of saying, great, I'll send you my link or I'll DM you, just say, wonderful, the admin will get back to you ASAP. Thank you for commenting, or whatever, right? Because that will help the algorithm to keep going. But don't say, I'll DM you, because that lady will be refunded and you will not get the commission anyway, because we will refund her and we will make her pay with the correct link, which is a real pain in the proverbial. So don't do that. And if it happens more than once and we ask you not to do it, you will just get, banned from the group. Sorry to say, that's just what will happen, because that's just not the way it works. Okay, so if anybody does see that happening, it would be great. There is actually on the post or next to comments, there's a little, I think there's three little dots, and you should be able to click on it and it should say flag this post kind of thing to the admin. So if you see anything that you think isn't right, whatever, you don't have to make a big deal. You can just flag that to admin and we will get notification of that and we can look into it and make sure that it's all fine. Okay. So Jen, I don't think it's getting
Can I
quite,
still
I
ask?
don't think it is that quite common, but if you think it is, like, just please tell us who is doing it, because I haven't had it since it happened accidentally. But the reason it happened once was because one lady had it happen to her. So this is why we have to stamp it out, because when this woman joined, she was messaged by somebody saying, here's my link. And it ended up, she knew it wasn't the right person because she knew she was invited by someone else. So she just assumed that, oh, that's what you do, right? So you're teaching bad habits to people. So that's why we have to stamp it out, because it's, well, apart from also just not the way it works. So, and it's probably just a misunderstanding and you get a warning, but you don't get two warnings.
Can I ask something, please?
Yeah.
Good morning, everybody. I would just like to say that before, when we had the ladies coming to our group, we would not be able to send the link to them. You just do woohoo. When they say I'm ready, I said always woohoo. So somebody, whoever is invited to the ladies to the group will send the link. But then you told me that actually I can as well send the link to the lady. So I'm a bit confused. I wish everybody the best ever. So I'm never gonna steal for anybody unless I don't know that that person is invited by me and she's still searching. So can we just say, if I'm inviting people from outside, can I send them my own personal link, or I need to put them in the group? And
Okay, so that's a good question. No, so yeah, you're right. It's only in the group post that we're talking about. So we tag the lady and we say, Christina, you were invited by Christina. And then if you see your name there, that you invited that lady, by all means, go ahead and message that lady and say, hi, I saw that you're ready. Here's my link. Or do you want more information? Like some people say I'm ready, and I believe me, they're not ready, because I've had about 4 this morning who said I'm ready. And I'm like, okay, you ready for the link to pay now? No, what's it all about? I'm like, seriously, why did you say I'm ready? If you're not even flipping red, like, you know, so whatever, but you know, you're always going to get that, but beside the point. So yes, to answer your question, you won't be contravening rules or whatever if you were to send your link to people who you're chatting with. It's just kind of, you know, if it's wrong. Like, so you know, if you see someone say I'm ready or I'm interested in the Facebook group, don't then go and message that lady and go, oh, I happen to be a friend of hers too, so I'm just going to kind of go and message her and start the conversation, and I'm going to take the lead. Just kind of, that's where it's the sisterhood. That's where it's thinking, I wouldn't want that done to me, so I'm not going to do that to someone else. But as far as you using your link, you know, that's what the link's for, so that you can market yourself separately if you want to. You have got your own email list. You have got your own friends that you might want to message and chat to and stuff. And you don't have to go, oh, okay, well, before I can send you my information and link, I have to put you into the group. And then if you come into, like, and then 7 days later, they're like, what are you talking about? You know, you need to strike while the iron's hot with people sometimes. So no, just use your common sense on that one. But it's more just poaching, really purposely poaching, by going through the group and seeing when people are saying they're interested, and then happen to see that you happen to be a friend. Oh, okay, I'm going to just pretend that
Right.
I didn't know, and I'm going to message them and start a conversation, and then I'm going to cry, oh, sorry. That's the stuff we're talking about.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, if that's everything, oh, I've accidentally put my hand up. If that's everything, then I will say have a very, very, very good week, and extremely excited about the accountability program that Anne and I, well, it's Anne leading it totally, her idea, and absolutely love that that's going to be happening. Fully supportive. I know Kelly is as well. But we start that on the 1st of March. So we've got a few, like this week, basically, for us to get all everything ready. And then we'll be good to go on the 1st. So put it in your diary, girls. And if no one else has anything to say, then I will say goodbye, and I'll pop the recording out for you to send on. I would recommend sending it on to any of your team, so to speak, just so that they all listen to this as well. So have a good week, everybody. Bye.
Bye, everybody. Have a good week.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye.
See you soon.